Test. There we go. All right. So, hey everyone, welcome back to the next stream of Danganronpa, Triggered Happy Havoc. Where we last left off, we had our first murder. It's about time something happened in this game. We did some investigations, and now we're about to start our first class trial. And hey, Carly! And right now, everyone thinks it was me, because Sayaka's body was found in my room. Because they totally don't buy the fact that we switched rooms. So, my voice is very quiet. Oh. Test. How's that? Can you hear me now? Test. Up-ba-da-ba-do-ba-doo. Yay, that's better. I love it when I'm better. Alright, so we're about to start our first class trial, but it looks like we have prep to do, so let's open the e-handbook. Can I do... Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's go through all the files. The victim was Sayaka Mizuno. The time of death was estimated to be at 1:30 in the morning. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. Death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the stomach, and her right wrist appears to have been fractured. There are a number of scratches and gouges on the bed and walls in Makoto's room, so it looks like there was a fight with blades. Makoto took that from the gym as a way of self-defense. The sword was found out of its sheath on the floor in the middle of the room. The sword handle was missing some of the gold coating, as was part of the blade. So someone was holding onto the blade while someone was holding onto the hilt itself. Learn all that truth and use your Phoenix Wright skills. Then there's the sheath itself. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sheath was found some distance from the sword itself, and it shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object. So I think what happened was the killer, like, it was two people, Sayaka and the killer. One of them had the knife, most likely the killer, and Sayaka had the sword. So I think the killer tried to attack Sayaka. She was able to defend herself using the sheath, hence why the sheath itself has signs of wear and tear on it. And then, so she wasn't able to pull out the sword, like, right when the fight started. A bit of time passed. On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. Sayaka had originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force their way into her room and she became frightened. So wait a minute. So they switched rooms. Okay, so wait, hold on. On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms, and they traded room keys. So Makoto was in Sayaka's room with Sayaka's key, and Sayaka was in Makoto's room with Makoto's key. When the victim was discovered in Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. So then, if the key was already in the room, how did the killer get in if the room was locked? Unless she forgot to lock it, or she opened it for someone. This had been placed in Makoto's room before he arrived. It remains unopened, and there's no evidence of it having ever been used. All the other male students claim that they haven't used theirs either, but still... Yeah, because Makoto couldn't have used the tools. They still are, like, completely unopened. And everyone else claims that they use their tools, but all we have to go on is their word. Not a single hair was found on the floor at the scene of the crime. In addition, the lint roller shows evidence of being used. So the killer must have tried to clean up the evidence of the fight. He must have left some hairs. Sayaka's right wrist had been fractured, and her wrist was glittery at the injury's location. Yeah, that looks like the gold paint. So either the sword or the sword sheath struck her wrist. In addition, her hands appear to be completely clean. I like how there are claims about which kids are like, no, you can't look in my room. Oh, now that Patrick has a good point. There were two guys who didn't want us going into the rooms, and that was Leon, the redhead, and Haifumi, who is the fat nerd. Oh, Byakuya, of course, the rich a-hole. In addition, her hands appear to be completely clean, except for the index finger on her left hand, which had some blood on it. A series of numbers had been written in blood on Makoto's bathroom wall. 11037. It is assumed that... Wait. That says Leon! That freaking says Leon! I see it now. Between the two ones, you can see like a faint diagonal slash between the two, making it an N. And she wrote like that because she was backwards. She was writing it backwards. Of course, now wait, was it actually Leon, or did someone write that and making it framing it was Leon? It is assumed that Sayaka wrote these numbers while leaned up against the wall as she lay dying. I'm right. So what? Wait, it's Leon? Leon's the killer? Leon's the killer. Wow, we have our first murderer. Okay, so now of course that's only half the job. Now we have to prove that it was him. It is assumed that Sayaka wrote these numbers, blah, blah, blah. Makoto's bathroom door was difficult to open due to it not quite fitting in the door frame properly. The only two people who knew the trick to opening it were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka, the victim. Yeah, because she's the only person that he ever told that the door of the bathroom was janky. Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had been partially or completely removed. So someone used their toolkit. So someone is lying. The nameplates on the doors to Sayaka and Makoto's rooms were apparently switched at some point. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. The kitchen and the dining hall had a set of kitchen knives. Apparently one of the knives has gone missing, obviously, because it was the murder weapon. So the knife from the kitchen went missing while Aoi was still in the dining hall. Aoi swears that Makoto did not come to the dining hall at any point while she was there. So she is the witness to Makoto's innocence. She is his alibi. There's apparently a trash room within the school. It's blocked up by a sturdy gate that can only be opened with the trash room key. And apparently the only person who can use the trash room is Haifumi, the fat nerd. The incinerator can be activated via a switch on the machine. Haifumi was on cleaning duty, and he claimed that the last time he saw the incinerator, it was off. However, when Makoto checked it after the incident, the incinerator was in fact on. The distance from the gate to the incinerator is roughly 3 feet. A piece of burnt clothing was found next to the incinerator in the trash room. It is apparently part of a shirt cuff, and it has a noticeable blood stain on it. Shards of glass were found next to the incinerator in the trash room. As it turns out, the glass ball would have fit comfortably in the palm of a person's hand. Oh, that's it. Okay, so we've reviewed all the files. What's set skills? Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Costs 3 SP. Wait, I get, like, battle skills in this game? During a trial? Okay, we'll give it a shot. Okay. Okay, so we've reviewed all the files. I got my apparent battle skills for the trial. Well, hold on, let's... Something seems off to me. What was it? Which one was it? It's this whole thing about the bringing attention to the fact that the rooms were switched. Unless... Oh! Okay, so apparently the killer is Leon, so we gotta prove that. So then it might be possible that... Oh. Could we possibly get him into a trap? Like, is he the only one who knew that we switched the rooms? So he might say something. Okay. Okay, so this is our first class trial. So hopefully they make this more like a tutorial, and they hold my hand the entire way. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong
Tell us
one,
another story, Bear God.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
Yeah, it's kind of morbid.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Oh.
Friendship penetrates?
Okay, dude, stop.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
We have another empty seat?
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
I'm scared.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Okay, so we know it's Leon. We know it's Leon. So we have to prove it. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. Oh, so I gotta focus. Okay, hold on. I gotta, like, shift things around on my desk here. I've never been good with timing puzzles, especially when it's this kind of situation. Okay, here we go. So during these... Shit, they expect gamers to pay attention. So during these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Man, okay. You know, I'm just curious, whose idea was it to make everything so flat looking? Like, I'm not, the art style is great. It's just a very strange reason to take. Anyway, any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. So wait, is this like a target practice game or something? It's so you feel like you're in a graphic novel, I guess. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. I have to target who is lying. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Oh, sweet, we have a pause button. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, guys, wish me luck. Oh, jeez. Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle. Oh my god. Why am I so...
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
Okay.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Okay, oh my god. Okay, so we can pause. Oh, okay, I don't want to catch my... Okay, so far, everything that they're saying is the truth.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom, yes.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
She didn't... No, she did resist. Something's off about what was just said. Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened to my room. For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Oh, thank God. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? Yes. That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. Though these weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. Okay, so we have to catch the weak spots. So we'll be able to see the weak points in an argument. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one comes up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the control key. Good luck and have fun. Okay, so we shot that one.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Hey, Professor Poopy Pants.
No, that's wrong.
Junko has already died.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Yeah.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka was caught by surprise in the bathroom?
I love the fact that these scenes are fully narrated. Makes everything so much
She
easy.
must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Oh, Chihiro, I want to protect you.
Okay, so what's next?
You simp. Have you tried not being a simp?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Jeez, that's what Sakura sounds like. She sounds like... She sounds and looks like Jasper. I love her.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
This is a real... Oh. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Well, we know that already. Make your argument. The kitchen knife.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
But it wasn't some
Anyone
random
do
knife.
something
Oh,
like
dang.
that. That son of a bitch.
Because the object that was thrust into Sayaka's stomach was almost certainly the knife that disappeared from a certain location.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust in without a doubt. That is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random
It wasn't
knife
some
they
random knife.
No, that's wrong.
Break!
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Mondo, you idiot. Did you even look at the body? Jeez.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Why is it pink?
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Oh, he's trying to put the blame on me!
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Thank you, Kyoko.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
Thank you,
You
Kyoko.
really believe that?
There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to learn more? Absolutely! You can concentrate by holding down the space key. What does that mean? While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone is saying. Okay. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush, even though there is a 10-minute time limit in this debate, and if time runs out, it is game over. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Awie's account.
So I guess there's no
Question that the kitchen knife was the
murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret.
But someone was in the dining hall.
No, that's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
I really don't like Toko.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Yeah, because she was there.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the tea and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl?
Oh.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
That's a good question.
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief. Enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
Yeah, Celeste does have a point.
No, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Wait, when was Sakura ever there? That was never stated.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
Aww.
Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
What are you talking about, giant tumbleweed? What?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms.
But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Ah, yes.
So I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
Oh, Kiyotaka, I love you.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Celeste kind of sounds like Jester from Critical Role.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka went into the dining hall? What? Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
What?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
Oh, what?
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Oh.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
Oh.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
No, that doesn't make sense. Why would she need it? Because she had the giant golden sword.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
Oh my god, Byakuya, shut up.
See? He did do it after all.
Oh my god, why are you looking so thirsty?
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Shit. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Something bewildering?
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I literally just asked that.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Something that was missing? What is she talking about? Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Oh, God. Yeah, absolutely. As things advance further into the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order? Oh, this is gonna be weird. Use the mouse name and press the left mouse button to shoot. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. Uh-oh. If the gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. You can just figure out what that something is. Hangman's Gambit. Ooh! No, I need an R. Oh, so...
I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
Okay, so that's how it works.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room?
Oh, that is true.
It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Yes.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Okay, I think I kind of get it. It was a little hard for me to follow.
Isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
That is a good question.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Yeah, me too, please.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
They did.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom.
Because the doorknob was all janked up.
There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is that the object the killer broke. It was the bathroom doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Yeah, it is hanging on by a hair and some prayer.
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Because why? Because, okay, now that makes sense. It was his room. He knew how to open the door. Why would he even ever bother trying to jank open the doorknob if he knew how to open it in the first place?
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes! From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in the debate. Okay, so we're gonna be hit with some red herrings. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now, this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Good luck and have fun. Okay, here we go. So we might have to... Okay. Here we go. Bathroom door frame.
The incident took...
Okay, so hold on. Let's quickly... This is about the bathroom door frame. The killer, trying to get into the room... He couldn't open the door. The reason being is that the door was all screwed up. It wouldn't fit in the frame. And the only way to open it was to lift and then push. Fire about locks or hard times with the door. And it also kind of makes sense because... I got it. Okay. So... We learned this, yeah, boys' bathrooms don't lock. but he had trouble opening the door. So, of course, his first thought would be that the door was locked. So then he must have thought that he was in the wrong room. So then Leon switched the signs based on the fact that he couldn't open the bathroom door, because only girls' bathrooms doors lock. Boys' don't. And who is texting me? Okay, never mind. It was an email. Oh, man. Okay. I think we got this. The incident that took place in Makoto's room.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That is true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
Yes.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's not true.
No, that's wrong.
Because boys' bathroom doors don't lock.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
And how did Leon think that the door was locked?
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
No, because it's what's gonna throw this case wide open.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The door signs. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was... Wait, in other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took place... That they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Because it was your room.
That is a definite possibility.
Oh, shut up, Four Eyes.
So the killer would have to be someone who know they'd switched rooms?
Which, honestly, was everyone.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, bitch.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
It doesn't work like that, dude.
What happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
I love how this is all, like, has voiceover.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Oh, now that is a good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then
Because then the killer would have
maybe
known that they
someone
switched
picked the
rooms.
lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. Bro, shut up. There's no way Sayaka lets someone in because wait. Oh, I got 5 whole minutes. There's no way Sayaka lets someone in because she had the keys to everything. Crap. No!
Shoot!
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. Oh, right! Switch rooms! She wanted us to switch rooms. Oh, no?
Shoot!
She asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. Oh. Oh, switching rooms!
I got it!
Oh, it was
because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh?
What?
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I wanted to talk about just in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Huh? Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? Science. Where did she find that?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Oh, Hina, you're adorable.
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
So Sayaka in this case.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Yeah, but Makoto could have written that. Oh, but we've already proven that he couldn't have done it. And that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
Temptation to sing Spring Awakening Rising. Carly, don't you frickin' dare. You know I hate that musical.
Who got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation? What young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Oh my god.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note?
But can we be sure anyone even got this note?
And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Make your argument. Okay, here we go. Door nameplates. Be ready to fight.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
True.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because what got switched between my and Sayaka's rooms. The name.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
You got to play with Japanese.
So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said...
By the way, Monokuma, happy to have you finally join us.
To what happened.
It certainly would seem that
I missed the shot? What was the shot? The killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's. And the reason for that is her second sentence. Gotcha.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Nope. Your meaningless words tire me. Please stop wasting my time.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. Sayaka and Makoto switched, but in the note, it specifically says, I see.
So if someone read them, they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that...
No, it's wrong.
Okay, this I gotta figure out.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right? Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched the rooms. Sayaka did it.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Ah, yeah.
Why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
No. Sayaka lured someone to her room so she could kill them. Because she got the knife beforehand.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at the wrist, there's no doubt. This one I know.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
So cheap.
And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Yeah, this guy weirds me out.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes! Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Yes. I'm underestimating how much brain power they take. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. What? But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement? Oh dear, I am in trouble. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to... Wait, what? Mean? No! Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Sheath, the kitchen knife set, the replica sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Wait. If the person with the sword really did attack first, there's no reason for how a certain part of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, I got that right? I was just guessing.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched.
Yeah, because they didn't pull it out.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
Same.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you are going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
That's exactly what I thought.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I
Sayaka.
think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Yeah, that, no.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands, they're clean. The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Because there's no
Like
gold.
I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
True.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Oh my god, calm down.
No, that's not it at all.
Jeez. There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off of her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at nighttime. Yeah, the water's off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower
My.
Oh.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Oh.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have had to have been the one without the sword. Sayaka.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand?
Whoa.
She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
She tried to kill someone first.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Ah, yeah. She used us! That whore!
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
She was a simp.
Wait, then you're saying
You can't
she
trust
had
an
this
idol.
all
Yeah.
planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
Oh yeah, Leon's looking freaked out.
That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced
And I
to
love
drop
seeing
the
someone
knife.
play this for the first time, lol. Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces, but I've no idea it was ever this intense. Dude, Jeremy, you are awesome for like introducing me.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Why me just all by myself?
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Make your argument. Dying message. Ah! Yes!
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
I love the acting in this. There's still one clue left, I'm sure of it. Sayaka left it on the wall she was leaning up against. Yes!
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong!
Yeah.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
No, dying, you... Oh my god.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood.
Okay, everyone,
There must
time
be
to
a
do
clue
neck
about the killer
stretching
hidden in there.
exercises. And 1, and 2, and 1, and 2.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Ah, that's just what I was thinking. There's no question that Sayaka wrote the message, and I can prove it. The left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean?
Once again, kids, neck stretching exercises. And 1, and 2, and 1, and 2.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there.
Ah, yeah.
So I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote
Yeah,
down the
y'all are
killer's
dumb.
name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue card and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180, it should become crystal clear. Select someone. It was... Where are you? Oh, where are you? There you are.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Just say flip it. Don't give angles and degrees into this.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all.
They're gonna say 2 hours if they just started with that. I agree.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yep.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing I found on the ground right in front of the incinerator. Yes, the yeah.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
True.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Sakura's voice is hurting my Soul of it, lol. Aww, but I love Sakura.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer was unable to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention in order to find out who's responsible. How it was disposed of, when it was disposed, where it was disposed of. Yeah, where? Where the shirt was destroyed, if we focus on that, the killer will become clear. Where it was destroyed, you're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How the fuck is that supposed to make anything? Yeah, how it was disposed of.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either.
The crystal ball. It was found shattered. It's a ball. And Leon is a baseball player.
You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, dude, he was talking about you. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proved that Leon is the real killer. Make your argument. Okay, here we go. Shattered crystal ball. Yes!
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
Yeah, hi, Fumi.
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
No!
No, that's wrong.
I love this music.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
Oh, poor Yasuhiro, I love you.
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Oh, it's Hifumi. I thought it was Haifumi. Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire.
Wait, hold on. No, that doesn't make sense. Because there was only evidence that he threw the ball to turn on the incinerator. Wouldn't he have also had to throw, like, a second thing? Was he able to just... Wait, hold on. No,
If the
wait, hold
killer
on.
had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It would have been much of a challenge at all of the killer because he was the ultimate baseball star.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
No, he's going nuts.
You still won't admit it? Okay then, Makoto. Go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes! Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phrase, you give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Closing argument. Oh, it's a manga. I gotta go the other direction. Okay, so... My room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered. My room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered the room. First, when Sayaka attacked the killer with a knife, they noticed something in my room. Oh, I get more of them! Hold on, let's reverse all these things. Oh wow, I get 20 whole minutes. So, the killer entered the room. The killer entered the room. He came in. Sayaka was about to attack. They met each other. She tried to attack him. He noticed the sword. And then he noticed the sword, grabbed the sword, and then tried to block it, and that's where the damage on the sword sheath came in. And he got her in the wrist, and that's when she dropped the knife. So then she ran into the bathroom and closed the door. And that's when he tried to open the door. And that's when he stabbed her. Wait a minute. Oh no! Wait, hold on. After the killer countered Saya's attack with the attack of her own, what did they do next? She dropped the knife. She tried to get into the room. He got in, stabbed her. But that's when she was able to write the dying message. She did. He noticed the lint roller and cleaned up all the evidence. The trash room was locked, so he used the crystal ball that he found to throw the evidence into there to hit the on button. Then he balled up his shirt and threw that in. And Wait a minute. Was this a red herring? Hold on. Am I missing something? He got in, but she attacked. He noticed the sword. She attacked again. He defended himself. She attacked him, broke her wrist. She dropped the... Well, no, I don't think that's it. I think it's this one. No. Yeah, she attacked her. She dropped the knife. But we already see her dropping the knife there. She ran into the bathroom, locked the door. She tried to hide in there. He jimmied open the lock. He was able to get it open. He stabbed her. She wrote the dying message. Dead. Had to clean the evidence. He found the lint roller, cleaned up all the evidence. Tried to destroy the evidence in the incinerator room. Used the crystal ball to throw it at the switch and hit it, turning it on. Then he balled up the bloody shirt, threw that in. But there was still that one piece. I think that's it. I think we got it.
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Got that right.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange the evidence of this case. Dang it! So then it is this, then.
Here's exactly what happened. During the struggle. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife.
I was right, because, like, we already see her dropping the knife. We didn't need to see her doing it again.
Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Oh, that's him taking off the shirt. I thought that was him, like, I thought that was his hand reaching for something.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed.
The final
Part of the
little piece
shirt
of the
was
shirt.
thrown into the fire, burnt away, and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Complete!
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt. And that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball? You thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
Dude, we just laid out all the evidence.
Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I am? I have the evidence. Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes! Oh. Oh god. Is this a rhythm game? Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with the tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Oh, jeez. Press the right mouse button to lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked on with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center. If you're too white, you'll miss the rhythm. Come on, man! Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet, like any other statement. Oh, jeez. Refute their statements fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail. Give me your energy! Well then, good luck and have fun.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something out of their own to remove the screws. Could it have been...
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. The moment of truth.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Where's your proof? This
should prove it.
Oh my god, that
Screws
was...
on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Because no girl's room has a toolkit. They have a sewing kit.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in them.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
His own.
Stupid, stupid! It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Whoa. Oh man, that's creepy to look at. Results. Hey, I got an A in everything! Yay! Oh, I get more coins!
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection.
I've been kind of playing this new rhythm game that I got ever since I signed on to Google Stadia called Thumper. It's addicting. And I think that might be why I was able to do it so well.
Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited!
Oh, Jeremy, you know about Thumper. Awesome!
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yeah, we all vote for Leon. Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened, in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong said, but you'd be the one standing here. He has a point. There was a complete chance that I wound up like this.
It's just... unlucky. That's all.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about it, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. It was, if I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why?
The one thing that was important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have seen something like that happen to them and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy, howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because those relationships. She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, really I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love, the stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like this. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As younger as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If we want to make your enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. That was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoiding punishment you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
Protecting myself in the heat of the moment, it was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? Yeah. After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. And you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing. Yeah, but you chose not to. Is it not because you were an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So,
No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Are you sure you were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. Shwa? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to whatever we've been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
Hey.
No more begging, no more
come
excuses. You
on
must pay the
now.
penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
No!
Game over. Leon has been found guilty. Oh, jeez. Oh, we got like a whole cinematic about this. What? Show us another murder bear god. He's in a batting cage? The 1000 blow. Oh, jeez. Whoa. What we saw, that was the face of true despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Holy
What the heck?
I think it's not like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, evil, secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
Seems like you're trying to use common sense to make something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. Shit, I don't know what you... Or, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free from your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure you all learned the mysteries of the school. Your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning behind in there. Just like before.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
That's what everyone's waiting for, right?
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Man! Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a moment? Okay. She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you.
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left the message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the death of your friends Sayaka and Leon and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths, you can never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed that smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic.
What?
Ha! Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. Oh. Chapter 1, to survive. Oh, man! Surviving students, 12. I gotta go. I'll dip you on more. A little first shower in 4 days are coming up. It's gotten so much better. You will enjoy it. I got an item. I got the Despair Bat. Do you want to save? Yes. Actually, Monokuma, you are leaving right on time because this is where I'm ending the stream right here. So, guys, thank you so much for joining my stream. This went on a little bit longer than I would have liked because I did not know that these that these class trial sections were that long. But man, that was intense, and I loved it. So, thank you all for joining. Like always, this episode will be up on my YouTube sometime. I don't really know when my next stream will be. Most likely next weekend. But hey, thanks so much for joining, and we will see you all later.